Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rajesh Haril Adnani Bereshaha, metric number 1202167, and my friend's name is Amjad Majdi bin Muhammad Amin, and his metric number is 1202126. And today we are going to discuss on the evolution of Sony PlayStation throughout the year. Introduction. And today, the video games have become an integral part of the society, especially to the youngsters. According to a survey conducted by Mediametry, 1 out of 3 web users admitted playing video games daily, while others mostly have played at least once a week. Nowadays, there are a lot of platforms that people can use to play video games. Most people today probably have at least one game application on their mobile phone, while some people prefer to play on PC and others prefer to play it on TV using hardware that is dedicated for gaming, such as Nintendo or PlayStation. There are lots of reasons why people love playing video games. First, it is fun and challenging. Second, it can expand one's social circle. And lastly, it can make learning becoming more interesting.
So let us move on to the statement of problem. PlayStation by the Sony Interactive Entertainment has become a huge name and monopoly the video games console industry. There's wonder arises about the history and the evolution of the PlayStation. In addition, why do people love PlayStation so much? The PlayStation has done failure in its line of consoles. Next, as we can see in the research objective before, we have come to the questions which have led us to complete our research. Firstly, how did Sony Interactive Entertainment was established? Second, what are the evolutions of PlayStation consoles and their features? Third, how can PlayStation become the liking of people? And last, does the PlayStation has an era of failing? Now we will jump on to the main significance of research. Our research is significant with the history and the development, which we are emphasizing on how Sony has started the PlayStation from scratch and become the king of consoles today. Next, our research is significant with the evolution of PlayStation. We are focusing on the innovation and the improvement that Sony has made for each console that they had created. And lastly, our research is significant with the likes and dislikes, which in this research we show that what is the factor of the liking of the PlayStation and what is the critics for the certain consoles that they considered PlayStation has failed with.
Discussion of research. The first discussion is on the history behind Sony Interactive Entertainment. It is all started in 1988 when Ken Kutaragi approached Nintendo to make a new video game together. It is called the Nintendo PlayStation. They later developed a business relationship together for the said project. And Ken even made his own research and development team. However, in 1991, just 10 days after announcing their partnership together to the public, Nintendo decided to end their partnership with Sony and work with Philips instead. This made CEO of Sony, Norio Oga, very mad. In 1993, from Sony Music, Sony Interactive Entertainment was established, and they later scrapped the Nintendo PlayStation and then come out with the PlayStation 1. The PlayStation 1 was released in America in 1995, and it was blooming with success. Also in 1995, the Sony Interactive Entertainment of America was founded in Foster City, California. The next discussion is about the evolution of PlayStation and its feature. First, we will look at the PS1, which is the first console of the PlayStation series. For its hardware, it contains one core CPU with 2 MB of framework RAM and 1 MB of video RAM. This made PS1 as the first console ever to let its player experience full 3D graphics while playing video games. The PlayStation 1 also has a port for a CD-ROM, which is to play the video games, you must put CD in it instead of cartridges. Next, for the PlayStation 2, it was shipped with Emotion Engine CPU with 32 megabytes of framework RAM and 4 megabytes of video RAM, thus having a better graphic than the PS1. Following the success of the PlayStation 2, Sony then released the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 introduced a Blu-ray disc as its primary storage medium to save the game data, instead of using a memory card just like in PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 to save the game data, as the memory card has a very limited storage. And finally, the major feature of the PS3 is that it introduced the online features which enable players to have access to the PlayStation Store to download game digitally without having to obtain the hard copy. Also, the online feature let player experience the online gaming, which means that the players can have a battle or can have a game with other players all around the world at the same time, as long as they have a stable connection. The next one is the PlayStation 4, also known as the PS4. The PS4 is the fastest selling console in 24 hours to date, as it sold up to 1 million units within a day. Much like the PS3 and the PS2, the PS4 also has the backward compatibility. And finally, the main feature of the PS4 is its top-notch graphics, as it has 8-center AMD and the processor design that is also used by the gaming PC. The latest installment of the PlayStation series is the PS5. It has enhanced graphics up to 4K resolution, which is the best graphic that any console ever produced today. It also has backward compatibility much like its predecessor, and it comes in two models. The first model is the one with a CD port, and the other one doesn't have one, meaning that the players have to download the games digitally from the PlayStation Store.
So the first factors of why PlayStation has become a liking of people is because the exclusivity of the game that PlayStation has offered. It is because Sony Interactive Entertainment has dealt with the AAA games developer to make the games only exclusive for PlayStation. As an example, the Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales only available for the PS4 and its successor, and not available for the Xbox. PlayStation Action also pursuant to the rubrics that they have, which is either must be the first, the best, or must. As we know, PlayStation has achieved on producing the best racing game, which is the Gran Turismo. So the second factors of why PlayStation has become a liking of people is because of the PlayStation controller itself. People who are playing the consoles are considering on the design, the analog stick, the D-pad, the shoulder button, triggers, and additional features that has at the controller, so they will be satisfied on playing games. So for the PlayStation controller, we see that people claim that it is comfortable, it is natural, and has the ergonomic design. Besides, it has effective additional features. As an example, the PS5 DualSense have the haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers, which resulted on the best gameplay experience compared to the other console. It is proven that PlayStation has the era of failing. Let us look on the PlayStation Classic. It was launched on the 3rd December of 2018, and Sony has done it to celebrate the 24th anniversary of the original PlayStation console. And as we can see in the design, it is similar as the PlayStation 1, but in the miniature version. However, people considered that PlayStation Classic is a failure as the company need to cut down the launch price after the several days of the launch date. This means that there are less demand for the PlayStation Classic and caused Sony to cut down the launch price. So the second failure of the PlayStation was the PlayStation Vita, or known as the PS Vita. Sony has launched it on the December 2011. However, in 2019, Sony has decided to wind down the production of PS Vita in Japan and not planning on making a successor for the portable console.
In conclusion, despite Sony's bitter past of getting backstabbed by Nintendo, and many of its employees were not agree with idea of Sony entering the video games industry, Sony was able to pass through all the challenges and has managed to make the PlayStation as one of the most successful video games consoles in the world. As Sony continues to strive for the better PlayStation in the future, it is unlikely that they will be overtaken by its rival for a little while. That's all from us. Thank you.